Hello and welcome to the Expedition D20 podcast. I am your dungeon master, Logan Moore, and with me, as always, is the wonderful Met Makers.
Hello, I'm Austin. I'm playing Dak Dremevi, a Hexblade Warlock.
Hello, I am Sully, and I am playing Stone, Professor Stone, the Forge Domain Cleric.
Hello, I am Jake, and I am playing Green Ladwell, the Halfling Wizard, Divine Wizard.
I'm Charlie, and I'm playing Korun Mo, Earth Ganassi Wizard.
And without further ado, let's jump in. Okay, where we last left off, the comet was just getting out of a large hurricane, and you finally had some respite and were able to kind of collect yourselves and kind of heal up. The comet itself received quite a bit of damage over, all of the high winds and the terrible waves that were crashing against it. Right now, the comet is gliding across the smooth, calm waters of the chilling, frozen wastes. Looking off the starboard side, you see the frozen tundra of Icewind Dale. Large sheets of cracked floating ice riddle the coastline. The familiar crew you have sailed with has been replaced by individuals wearing heavy furs and coats, bundled up to the point where you can hardly recognize them. You see Captain Vigran with his familiar captain's hat, but he has a large goggles covering his eyes with thick gloves gripping the steering wheel tightly as vigilant lookouts yell out sightings of hazards. The rest of the crew is scattered around the ship, patching the hull and bailing out water from the hurricane you sailed through. The ship received quite a bit of damage, like I said, because of the piece of large driftwood that pierced the hull. But again, the sails remained fairly intact, and the ballista is also receiving repairs. It's about 1 day of travel to the drop-off point at a small trading post. You were going to meet there, get the rest of the supplies that you need, and then make it to Arem mountain range.
Stone, do you get cold? You feel
No,
cold?
I don't. Weather doesn't affect me unless I'm immolated or being immolated. It's really quite convenient.
Yeah, must be nice. And Dak is gonna put another blanket over him. Not used to the cold weather.
I apologize for your flesh prison, my friend.
Oh, it's he's shivering now. It's fine.
I've done some thinking while we've been sailing in these frigid waters, and I think I have found my purpose.
Oh, you did?
What
Yes.
is it?
Well, you see, what was revealed to us on the island was that I failed monumentally in a bygone age, and I decided that I shan't fail again. I will protect a lot of you and things that need protecting with my life. And this time, I won't be caught under rubble for millennia.
Oh, that's encouraging, brother.
I'd like to think so. I'm going to try to be more encouraging.
It's a good purpose, Stone.
Thank you. If you ever need to not die, just holler.
I will try to remember that.
So the day kind of continues and is very hard going for those of you who can feel cold. You are obviously, the wind itself blowing across the deck is enough to chill you to your bones. It is an unwelcomed hazard of sailing out here. The rest of the crew, they seem to be adapting well enough as it is, but they're still trying to go down below deck, try to warm up, get back up. They've actually opened up a wood stove down below that's kind of trying to keep the crew warm as well as it can. Of course, you were all staying on the back of the ship where the captain's quarters located, and a few of the other more luxurious bunks and beds are. Yeah, is there anything that you'd like to do for this next day's travel?
While we're traveling, Corwin's going to take out a stone and start making a transmuter stone.
Would I be able to have like one-on-one time with Captain Vigran?
Yeah, absolutely. If you'd like to come up to him, he's like always at this at his steering post right now, just because of the hazards that are abundant through these waters. They're looking for any glaciers, any large sheets of ice, anything that can be a hazard. But he is available for you to speak to if you're looking for it.
Hey, Vigran.
Aye, what can I do for you?
I had a question. How long have you been with the map makers?
Oh, that's a heavy question. Well, I haven't really been a map maker per se. I've been more of a freelancer, a consultant, a contractor, if you will. Whenever they need a ship, they found that the Comet, well, she does quite nice. I've been captain of the Comet for 20 years or so. I've been around quite a bit. It's been quite a journey.
20 years. Let me ask you something. Where would the coordinates 1.9 and then negative 157.4? Is that far from Waterdeep?
Oh, that's quite a ways. I would say, let me think for a second here. Let's see. Negative.
Or have you ever heard...
the coordinate itself is definitely far out to the west. I know it's far past the Shimmering Isles, and I know it's way past where we were originally for that mysterious island that we investigated. I know that for sure. I'll have to take a look at my map if you want exact location, but...
Yeah. Don't stress out about it. Just wondering. I'm not too familiar with the sea.
Aye.
Well, have you heard maybe the location called Tarivar?
Tarivar. No, I can't say that I have. Unfortunately, I haven't really sailed that far west, honestly. I've gone south, north, definitely east, but never that far west. There's nothing out there except, the other side of the world, so it's quite the journey.
Well, I appreciate it, Vigran. Carry on. You're doing great.
As you were. Okay, so yeah, you have a conversation with Vigran, and does anybody else want to have conversations with other people while you're waiting for your one-day journey?
I would like to approach Green.
Okay.
Brother, I am deeply sorry that I couldn't be of greater use in keeping you safe.
It's fine. I was careless myself. It probably would have happened whether you were up there or not.
That I appreciate the sentiment.
Quite menacing.
But
what are you doing exactly? No need to be sorry.
What am I doing?
Just wondering when you were below deck.
Well, I was figuring myself out as I've heard that idiom used. That one, yeah, that one.
Yes, that works. Okay.
Yes, but rest assured, I have found my prime directive. I feel confident in who I am, and I feel like I've woken up.
Perfect. And I will pat him on the back of the leg. I am a halfling.
I pat him on his head.
Yep.
So the journey continues, and you go back to your bunks and try to stay warm as best as you can. Night falls, and it's all quiet all around in general. The storm has passed, and it's a very smooth sailing. You wake in the morning, and everybody roll me a perception check, please.
8 for Dak.
19 for green.
15 for Stone.
17 for Korun.
Okay, so I would say Green and Korun, you both you're like, okay, we're not really used to being on a ship, but you can tell when it stops moving. The ship is not moving right now. Yeah, you can sense it just by you're not swaying back and forth, and the rest of you, you're just sort of moving around the cabin doing your own thing. But the two of you definitely notice the ship is not moving.
Are we there yet?
Migran said it was only another day away, so should be.
I don't think we're moving anymore.
Something definitely doesn't feel right. I think we should go up and check things out.
I feel. I think it's moving, right?
All right. Well, I am not walking up those stairs first this time. Oh,
I will destroy
for that
them
matter.
underneath my weight.
Whoever they are.
You walk up the stairs, and you do notice you are definitely stopped. There is only Ugg on the deck. He's actually looking down the starboard side. He's looking down at the water, it looks like, and it's only him on the deck. As you kind of get closer, you can hear chopping of metal on ice, and you look down and you see the entire crew is trying to chip away the ice that has surrounded the comet. Apparently, the ship itself is stuck in the ice. Ugg kind of looks at all of you and nods and points over to Vigran, who is kind of leading a chain of people of chopping certain areas of the ship, hoping to get it free.
How can we see the coast from here? Are we very close?
Go ahead and roll me perception checks. See if you can see that.
Oh my gosh, another 8.
Ooh. From this distance, it's hard to tell. You can definitely see the eastern side of the coast. You've been going through Icewind Dale Ocean that's right next to it, and you can tell that it's all tundra, so it's all ice, just frozen ground. But you can tell to the north of you is where you need to go. But there seems to be enough solid ice to where you could start traveling across it.
Well, it looks like we need to go north here. The ground looks solid. Vigran is... How solid is it down there?
He looks up at you, and you see his big old round, like kind of steampunk looking goggles that he's wearing. And he just looks up at you, and he doesn't say a word. And you can tell, like, they've been chopping probably for a couple hours, and they have not made much progress. And he just looks right back down and starts kind of ordering his men to keep chopping into certain areas.
I think it's pretty solid then. What do you guys think? Should we start from here?
Is it the morning?
Yeah, yep, it is dawn. You kind of come to the conclusion that this ship ain't going anywhere anytime soon, and you guys are on a schedule. So it'd probably be best if you were to go on foot from here. So you would have to start moving any of your equipment and stuff down to the ice and then make your way north.
Question.
Yeah.
Did we bring dogs from Waterdeep, or were we getting the dogs at the trading post?
Yep, you were going to get them at the trading post. That was kind of the discussion that you would get a sled, as many dogs as you need, or even multiple. But there was a trading post available if you needed it.
So it looks like we're on foot.
No, before we leap down, I'm gonna send Barrel up to get a better point of view and just kind of see roughly how far it would be to walk till we hit
Sure.
some sort of
Yeah,
land.
you send Barrel up. Do you want to kind of give a good description of Barrel for me
Yeah.
as
So
he flies up?
yeah, Barrel just kind of I just kind of look to him and he takes off from my shoulder and heads up and into the sky with kind of the sun gleaming down and lighting up on his very bright and shiny look to him, and as he just kind of
His
flies out ahead a little
gem
bit.
body.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so he flies up. Go ahead and roll me perception at advantage with that keen sight.
21.
21. Okay. That is definitely enough to be able to see far off to the north, maybe about 10 miles or so, is the trading post. You're able to see kind of a smokestack in the very far distance and a little speck. But it is enough to identify, okay, there is a way to get there, and it looks like it's just solid ice from there on forward. You then learn that apparently there was a flash freeze, and that's what caused the ship to get lodged in, and that's why they've been kind of chipping away at it for this long. So
You see something, Corin?
Well, I'd say it's about a 10-mile hike out that way onto the ice, so we should probably get a move on before it gets too dark.
10 miles.
10 miles.
I'll go grab my gear, and Dak's gonna head back down and start packing his stuff.
Yep. Same here.
yeah, all right, you all grab your gear and you ferry it down to the ice, and the rest of the crew is assisting you, trying to help you down, and they all wish you luck. And Captain Vigran says, "So, obviously, we're going to be a bit preoccupied here for quite a bit, but I'll tell you what, we'll be in the area for the next 2 weeks. We'll just we'll go down south a little bit, and we'll check in every Tuesday from now on. This coming Tuesday and the next Tuesday. Just to see if you need any help or assistance. And then we'll round ourselves back, and we'll head back home to Waterdeep.
Watch out for sea monsters.
Yes, I was about to say the same.
We'll definitely take care of them, and especially with that huge storm that passed, I believe that we'll have easy sailing. We'll take her easy."
Did you ever fix that ballista?
Yes, he looks down, very discouraged, really hoping that came in use for the previous fight. But he kind of shakes his head and says, "I will. I'll definitely be looking to upgrade that and maybe get a few more."
Yeah, I think it'll be quite useful in the right situation.
I agree. All right. Well, Godspeeds to ya.
You too, mate. Take it easy.
Much appreciated.
He
Be
nods
safe.
at you, and all of you gather your belongings and make your way across the ice. So as you're making your way across the ice, it's quite slippery, but each of you purchased ice spikes to put on the bottom of your shoes, or in your boots.
Yes, we did.
So you
Yep.
won't have any kind of difficulty traversing the ice in that manner. It would have probably halved your speed and would have made a lot of dex checks. So be thankful for having some equipment for this. You are traveling across it. It is a bit precarious, but you're moving along. As you're moving, maybe an hour goes by. What kind of pace are you guys going?
I vote for normal pace.
Normal. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
It was a normal
So
kind of day.
you're going at a normal pace, going across the ice, and you hear a large crack. Just the ice itself, like it just resounds, echoing all the way across the ice, and you all stop.
I thought he said this was pretty solid.
Green, was that you?
No. I didn't really have much to eat. Definitely wasn't me.
A likely story. I don't believe you.
Well, use your nose. I mean, oh.
Oh,
Hmm,
tragic.
unfortunate. Could I use... Oh, jeez. Could I, like... I'm trying to think of what to do with this ice.
I just know how to break ice. That's the issue.
Yeah.
Is there a crack that we can see, or we just heard it?
Oh,
Yeah.
you can roll me perception if you want to take a look to see if you see anything.
Third time's the charm. Oh my goodness. 2.
Even better than an 8.
I rolled a nat 20.
A natural 20. All right.
Nice.
So Green, as much as you're spooked about this
Yeah.
huge crack or sounding, just resounding across the entire ice, you realize, okay, this ice is way too thick to like actually break underneath us right now. But ice shifts a lot, and that was probably what that was. Anyone who actually lives or has been on a lake that is frozen over, this is quite common. Just like this random cracking and that you just hear like resounding across the lake, and it's kind of freaky, but it's definitely not dangerous, not necessarily, if the ice is thick enough.
Oh, man.
I think this is quite thick. It just moves around a bit, creating those unsettling noises.
Are you sure?
I don't like it.
I'm not an expert, but I am pretty confident in my quick analysis.
Well, you're the smartest person
Sounds
I
good to
know.
me. I'd rather get to the land as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Not much I can do out here on the ice.
I could break the ice, but I suspect that's not the issue.
Nope.
No, but I like the way you think.
And so you make your way again across the ice, being a little bit more cautious, but still traveling at a normal pace. You've traveled maybe half of the day so far. The sun is at its zenith, and it hasn't been too long. The time, of course, as you get closer to the north, is going to be shorter days. So it is definitely not as long of light as you would have wished. You're about 5 miles in right now, and it's about midday, so you should be able to make it probably at dusk. So you continue onwards, and a couple hours go by. You're talking and having small talk as you move across the ice. The weight of your gear you're definitely feeling it. And as you get probably only a mile away, getting quite close, you can actually see the trading post from where you are. You see the very friendly smokestack rising from this all wood enclosed building. It looks like there's large snow drifts on the right side of it that have just kind of built up into a large snow pile. While you're traveling, you look down, and I need another perception check from all of you.
12 for Dak.
19. For Green. 19.
11. Stone.
15.
Okay. Green, you're the only one who picks this up. You look down just because you're kind of like staring at your feet. You're kind of you got to travel twice the distance of these taller folk.
Yeah.
So it's quite taxing. You look down, looking at your feet, and you swear you see something like where the ice is kind of smooth and you can almost see through it. You see like a dark shadow move underneath your feet.
Uh-oh.
I think I saw something beneath.
Yep, that's never good.
Could you be more specific?
A dark shade.
Undead.
But
I don't know.
it's underneath the ice, right?
Perhaps we should quicken our pace.
Perhaps a sprint is in order.
Okay, so you all start running?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
I'm gonna
Okay. Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna
all start
cast
running.
mage armor and start running.
Okay, you cast mage armor on yourself and you start running.
I should do the same. I forget about
Okay.
the nice him doing. I'm like, oh shit.
Dak.
Okay, so yeah.
Dak is gonna like kind of snap his fingers, and his chest is gonna be covered in ice. And I'm gonna cast Armor of Agathis.
Oh my.
Okay.
Oh, one with the elements.
Okay, you ready yourselves for combat as you all get ready for whatever is below the ice. You start sprinting towards this trading post as fast as you can, and as you are running, you hear something is breaching out of a kind of a thawed out ice pool over to your left side, maybe about 50 yards away. Something is coming out of the ice.
I'll take a look over.
Okay, you look over and you see this white-looking creature just completely jump out of the water. Two large paws jump onto the ice itself, and it pulls itself up, and you see a very, very large polar bear that is pulling itself out of the ice.
Can I take an action as I see this occurring?
Sure. What would you like to do?
Oh, all right. So noting this large beast, I'm going to grasp my hand to my chest and cast Bless.
Very nice. Who
And,
are the three
so-
targets that you'd like to...
The targets being Green, Corin, and Dak.
Okay. So Green, Corin, and Dak. You now have
Are
Bless.
all
Okay. All right. Are you all continuing to run, or are you charging towards this creature?
Does it look hostile?
It's hard to tell since it just jumped out of the water.
I think still running is probably a safe option, but keeping our eyes on it as we do so.
Yeah,
Sure.
I'm
Yeah,
still moving forward.
You continue to run at a decent pace. You're going to have to slow down a little bit for Green to keep up with you, however, as he only has 50 feet of movement with dashing per round.
I'll hoist him up on my shoulders.
Okay. Yep. You just sort of pick him up, scoop him, and you continue running. And
I'm sorry,
this
brother.
is when this is when you kind of look back and you see that this polar bear isn't chasing you. It is you actually notice that it has a large fish in its mouth. It looks like a large knucklehead trout that it just sort of throws onto the ice, and you see it kind of lay down and start enjoying its meal that it just caught.
That could have ended worse.
I think we're a little on edge from our last bout with the ice creatures.
Confounded nature.
You said it.
Large shades eat fish. Got it.
Well, let's not stick around until something bigger comes and grabs that polar bear, right?
I think that's how food chains
Seconded.
work. Yeah.
There's always a bigger fish.
I was waiting for it.
So you make your way. You kind of slow down a little bit, but you're on edge, maybe a little. You make your way to the trading post, and you see that snow has definitely kind of enveloped this trading hut, but the chimney itself kind of sticks out of the snow and is kind of melting and refreezing, melting, refreezing constantly. So there's this just drip of ice that kind of goes off the side of the roof and is just freezing the entire left side of the building. The door itself is a friendly looking oak door that has definitely received a lot of wear and tear. But yeah, as you approach, you actually hear dogs barking from somewhere behind the structure. Apparently there might be a kennel of some type in the back.
Is it nighttime or it's like sunset time right now?
It is definitely dusk right now, and it's only like 4 p.m. and it's already like getting dark, and you're like, oh dang, there goes the day.
So there's just one building?
Yep, just one building that you can see from this angle. If you want to move around, you could probably see a kennel, judging by the sound of the dogs.
You think they have lodging here?
Rest would be nice for you lot, I'm sure. Yes?
Yes, that was quite the run.
I'm indifferent.
Yes.
Perhaps setting out with more light would be advantageous to a lot of us.
I'm gonna go inside.
Okay, so you just open the door?
Yeah.
Okay, you grab the handle and you push it open. You are greeted with the very nice interior. It is a familiar trading post vibe, general store looking esque building. There is many different types of equipment. There are snowshoes. There's the ice spikes. There's even like some skis over on the side, and then behind the counter, you see a kind of an older looking gentleman that has definitely seen some many years. He has a knit cap pulled over his ears, but at least trying to pull over his ears. His ears are quite large. He is small in stature. He is standing on a stool, and he appears to be adjusting something on a shelf. And you open the door, and you kind of see him jump, and he drops what he was messing with, and he says, "Ah, I wasn't expecting visitors."
Oh, so sorry.
Hello!
Yes, hello.
We are friendly.
Gods, how many are you? Come inside and shut the damn door.
All right.
Fine. We didn't mean to upset you. We are so sorry.
No, just it takes a lot of effort to keep this place warm. And you see him get off his stool, and he runs over to like a pile of firewood, and he just starts chucking in a few more logs into a huge wood furnace that it seems like too large for this tiny structure. But apparently, it does quite well. As you enter, you are greeted with a very warm atmosphere of the room, and the wood stove itself is generating a lot of heat. You see him chuck in a few more pieces of wood, and he shuts it with a latch, and he looks at you and says, "What can I do for you?" Runs over to the counter and jumps up on his stool again.
Would you like some help with the fire?
Oh, it's well stoked now, so don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
Is there anyone else in here?
You can look around. I would say just your general perception. You look around, and there doesn't seem to be another individual here. It's just him.
Hello, friend. We are we just traveled from the ice. Our ship got caught. We're hoping. Yeah, I wasn't too humorous to the captain, but I gotta.
I'd hope not.
No.
Getting your ship trapped in the ice, that's a fool's errand right there. That's gonna take many hours, maybe even days to get out of that.
Yeah, he didn't seem too amused. Is there, do you provide lodging here?
Well, not typically, but I mean, you could throw your sleeping bags on the floor, I suppose. I got my only, my room up in the attic, and that's where I stay. The dogs, well, they sleep in their kennel in the back, so I guess the floor is your only option. If you do want to stay, of course, for a modest fee, as he kind of looks you over and kind of looks you up and down and kind of notices how well you guys are equipped.
Oh,
Corwin reaches into like a bag, that like a small pouch that he's got on his side, and reaches into it. He's kind of he's had his hand in there since they walked in. Just basically like kind of like hand in his pocket and kind of moving around what's in there, and flicks out a gold piece at him.
He expertly catches it out of the air. He says, "So, lodging for the night, eh? That'll cost maybe 19 more of these."
19.
That seems a bit steep.
Well, you're the ones who came out here unprepared in the middle of the day and then going
I
into
have
the night.
cleats.
I'd actually appreciate it if you could take those off there. Yeah, this is imported wood.
My apologies.
I'm sorry. Well,
Imported from where?
South, everything's imported from here. He laughed.
I'm sorry.
Ha ha ha! I imitate his laughter.
I didn't.
Oh, that's a neat trick.
I didn't catch your name, friend.
Oh, it's Pesci. This is my establishment.
Pesci. Nice.
Nope.
Nice to meet you, Pesci.
Nope, just Pesci. Don't call me Joe. I'll kick your ass.
Well,
Oh,
Oh, you think I'm funny?
No.
Ned Stone is actually like laughing at this.
Funny how?
Like,
do I
not
amuse
like a
you?
clown. No,
definitely
yes,
not.
you do.
Listen,
Not
if
like a
you
clown,
don't like
not-
my name, you can just get out. This is my
No.
establishment. You come in here asking for a room. I'm a small fella. You guys take up a lot of space.
I'll give you 20 gold.
All right.
now,
On top of this one for insulting me. He points to the
Oh,
one
wow.
that's on the counter.
No problem, mate. That piece right there is all you.
All right. At least one person knows how to be considerate.
no,
Yes,
Pesci.
I'm so sorry for my brother's behavior.
We all like your name. We like your establishment here. We'll
All right.
gladly pay the 20 gold. Is there any way maybe that could come with a hot meal?
Damn, you guys are just running me ragged. You want dodging? This is a trading post. I'm not a chef.
Oh, what a
Around
D&D
food,
ass
correct?
thing that's ever happened to us is just barking at this dude's house and be like, give us money, a place to stay. Like a Pokemon character just barking into these old people's homes, sleeping in their beds.
Always wild.
Dude, have you off topic? Have you guys played the game Nexomon?
No.
No.
It's like a Pokemon ripoff, but like they lean into that way more. Where like if you barge into someone's house and like you're not like well known, they like yell at you and like, "Who are you? Get out of my house!" Like, it's amazing that they just kind of like they like make fun of that, like things like
Good.
that.
I love it.
Pesci is definitely kind of giving off that vibe of like, who the fuck are you? And so as you kind of get the vibe here, he starts saying, all right, I have a few days rations I could maybe cook up. He like quotation marks. Make a hot meal for you. But that'll cost you 5 gold each for a meal.
That's all right, mate. I'll stick to the rations that I brought.
Tashi, I have a question for you.
I might have an answer.
Do you have anything you might be looking for that you might need in these wastes?
Sure, I'm looking for gold.
That
Silver,
wasn't the
platinum,
answer I was
copper.
anticipating.
Take any of it. It all spends the same. But, I mean, I guess if you're offering, what do you got to trade?
Well, we have some curiosities and weapons from the island, don't we, fellows?
So, I mean, by all means, tell me what you have.
I don't know if I brought anything to trade, but
You come in here, you don't have nothing to trade, and you're saying you take trades? What's wrong with you?
what if we could retrieve something for you? Anything?
Oh, yes, actually. Funny enough that you mentioned it. My sister, she went missing, and she took the only relic of my family. No! I don't have anything! Like, what are you... I own a trading post. I don't do much. I hardly have anybody that comes here. Very niche. Yeah.
I'm just gonna put.
There's a lot of.
I'm putting 20 gold on the counter, and I'm just laying on the ground.
An additional 20?
Just to pay for all of our lodging.
Okay, so you're paying for all the lodging plus the 1 gold.
I gave him 20.
Yeah, so that's why I was asking, because Green just offered it. So are you offering another 20 just for...
Then this will be for the hot rations.
Oh, He kind of stacks it like poker chips on the counter and says, all right, you guys are starting to learn my language. I like you guys. So, just lodging and hot meals, that's all you need, yeah?
Yes.
We also could use some transportation across the ice.
Well, shit, why didn't you start with that? All right. So he starts moving around the desk, and he kind of points at a few sleds that he has available on the kind of mounted up. He shows you that he has 3 available. They all are equal in size. They can carry a capacity weight about 300 pounds each. Of course, there's 1 driver for each one, and I'll have to teach you some of the words for you to steer it. Each dog is about 50 gold each, and it takes a minimum of 6 dogs in order to run the sled. It's about 100 gold for the sled itself. I made these custom made. You kind of brushes some dust off of one of them.
This is quite expensive.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to find dogs of high quality, especially around these parts. Especially, you want dogs that are healthy, been trained, and it's not just, you go out and get the AC pod and get a dog. It's not like that here. Very, well trained. So.
Can we see these dogs before we take them?
Yeah, absolutely. I can take you out behind the kennel, and you can even see them. And I have about 16 right now. 16 dogs back there. I'm willing to sell 16 as a max. So.
Well, Pesci, you said 6 dogs covers 1 sled, right?
Yeah. So that only means that you can run 2. But if you want additional dogs, you can do that. You see.
And
that is if for the full capacity that you need, 6 dogs will run you at normal speed. Of course, you can run another sled for a little bit slower, but, with less dogs and less weight.
each sled holds how many pounds?
About 300 pounds.
Does that include the riders?
No, that does not include the riders.
Oh, okay.
Just so you can basically load it. Like, it's only 1 rider, and then whoever else wants to ride in the sled, and all your equipment involved.
Understood.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I wish I weren't so large.
You are quite a large fellow. And he kind of looks you up and down and just realize how tall you are and how massive you are.
It's true. I've been told worse.
Stone, don't take offense to this, but how much do you weigh?
Well, that would require me to have weighed myself at some point in the past, and I haven't.
Mother definitely did when we found you, but
I would
That's
say
so long
with
ago.
your
Yeah,
character
exactly.
art and everything, about pushing that 300.
I'd say, like, personally, just guesstimating how large something like that would be, definitely over 300.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, 300 pounds. That would maybe cut the weight by 150 or so. So you take a look at Pesci's wares. You do see his 3 sleds that he has available for sale, each 100 gold, and he has 16 dogs available for 50 gold each. He does have a smaller sled available for smaller people. So it is completely up to you on how you'd like to purchase or go about that.
And that's 50 gold each person or per dog?
Per dog.
Yep.
Jeez.
And Pesci, you said 2 people can fit on one sled, is that correct?
Yeah, about that. People like us, and he points to Green, who's a halfling.
Mhm.
He says, well, we can kind of give or take a few extra members.
Okay, so we could do 2 sleds, have Green be on one, and then maybe Stone and someone else, and then Green can be with the other 2.
That makes sense to me.
Or you could do the big guy and the little guy, and however you want, really. It's all up
I
to you
like
to
that option.
decide.
Either way, I'm part of the cargo, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, you could put your equipment on with him, the smaller guy, because he'll have more room. Otherwise, all your equipment, it can't really fit with 2 passengers on a sled.
Well, I think the issue, moreover, is the funding.
The funding, eh? You got scrap for coin, eh?
So if we get 12 dogs and 2 sleds, that's 800 gold. Divided by the 5 of us.
See, $12. Yeah, that sounds right.
So 160 gold each.
Right.
All right.
That seems like an odd number. Actually, could you go down to 150 gold for each of us?
Mm-hmm. Roll me a charisma check. Do persuasion.
Ooh, yeah, 26.
Charisma boy.
All right, 26. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You see Pesci, he
Get
kind of
persuaded.
smiles a little bit, and he's like, well, he to the stack of gold that you've already given him. He's like, all right, 150 each, we'll say that.
All right.
Wah, wah.
Probably should have.
So 750 gold total.
Yeah. I'll hand over.
Orun
my-
reluctantly hands over his 150 out of a different pouch than the one that he gave to Pesci the first time.
Thank you very much. As he kind of hoards over this very decent pile of gold.
Going making out like a bandit, mate.
Oh, making out like a gnome. You gotta learn how to play the game, son. And he just
Alright,
puts
you
it
don't
all into
play
a bag.
it. I mean, if you want to play a game, I'm down for games.
Hmm.
I'm not too good though, since the whole blind thing. But I'm always down to play.
You are definitely piquing Pesci's interest. He looks at his gold and he looks at you and he says, "What kind of game you thinking there?"
I don't know. Dealer's choice, mate. Whatever you want to play.
Dealer's choice. Well, what about rollies?
You're gonna have to explain it, mate. I probably haven't seen it before.
Sorry. Well, you just you just roll dice, and whoever has the highest numbers wins. And you can have a few hands, best of 3. And you just each time each round you either raise or stay for the pot.
All right.
You can
It
get
seems
pretty.
like that seems pretty straightforward.
All right. How much gold you want to? Well, let's see. How much gold you want to wager for the first round?
Well, let me reach into my pouch here. I don't know how much I've got. It pulls out like a few coins, and they're gold. And Corin says, "Well, what? Could you please tell me which what these are made of?"
They're gold. He kind of looks around at all of your friends who are around you.
Alright, cool.
Says,
Yeah,
"They're
we
gold."
can start with these 2 pieces right here.
2 pieces. He kind of looks down at his massive pile and he's like, how about 10? 10 gold. Minimum
alright.
buy-in.
And Corin kind of feels around in his pouch, the one on the other side, and kind of pulls out some more.
Okay. He puts 10 gold on the table and he pulls out 2 sets of dice. So essentially, this is just a D20 roll, and for each round, whoever has the highest wins. So there's no modifiers.
What are the dice
or
made
anything.
of?
Yeah. When he pulls them out on the table, they look like stone chiseled dice that are.
Okay.
I know I'm gonna regret saying that, but that's what they're made of. They're made of stone. So
Okay.
Unfortunate.
yes, it is. So yeah, he slides a dice down over to you, and he takes his out. He says, "All right, you ready?"
Yeah, that seems fine.
All right. So go ahead and roll your D20 at the same time. 2, 3. Okay. You want to say it at the same time, or?
Can I? Am I able to stealthily use mold earth to change how my dice
Oh.
rolls?
Ooh, mold earth. Okay. Tell me
Or
what
I can
what does
choose
that
a
do?
portion of dirt or stone that I can see within 30 feet of me that's within a 5-foot cube and manipulate it in multiple
Okay.
different ways.
Yeah, I would definitely say that. Let me take a look at the spell. So it's somatic. So that means that you'd have to move your hand. So it's kind of a Jedi. You're moving your hand just like.
So
Qui-Gon
as I'm
Jinn.
rolling with my hand, as I roll it off my hand, would that count as
Sure.
like casting it while I
Yeah,
roll it off?
yeah. You'd have to roll me a sleight of hand check just to see if you can pass that off with manipulating the dice.
All right.
Can Dak make a perception check while he does this to see if I notice it?
Sure.
Would it just be against his sleight of hand?
Yes, it would.
I rolled a 16.
Roll a 16.
Oh, natural 20 for Dak on the perception.
Yeah.
You know what? I will allow you, Dak, is you see this little man is staring at Koran with eagle eyes. He is watching him very intently. And with your natural 20, you're able to tell that he's going to catch anything that Koran does. Like, he is watching him very well. He also rolled a natural 20.
Okay.
So, I will say, because you rolled a natural 20, I will say
I'm gonna kind
Jack, what
of.
would you want to do with that knowledge,
I'm gonna.
knowing that he is watching him very, very well?
I'm gonna kind of. I haven't taken my ice spikes off yet, and I'm going to like lift one leg up to try to like take it off. I'm gonna kind of like push Corm a little bit and just no. And just kind of whisper, like lean against him and just whisper, like, no, not yet.
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. So do you still cast the
And
spell?
for-
I guess what I'm
for-
asking is,
And I'll kind of
will
like,
not cast.
I'm gonna play it off like I'm like, oh no, I can't get this one. No, not yet. No.
hey, don't mess with the table there. Don't bump the table.
Oh,
All right, go ahead and roll.
Sorry.
All right. Let's see. One of you go ahead and tell me what that was. What did I roll?
Can I read it?
Sure. So he's been covering his dice.
Oh, yeah.
You know enough to where he's not touching it at all, just enough to where you can. He reveals he rolled an 8, so you definitely you have won the first round. So
No.
now it comes
Where?
comes
Right.
comes to the
Yeah,
second
I
round.
told you a lot, James.
He looks a little frustrated. He's like, "All right, second round."
Wait, question: does each round does he win the 10 gold, or is it like a best 2 out of 3?
Typically, like, so you agreed to best 2 out of 3, and every single round you can bet more, or you can just stay where you are.
Dak's gonna reach into his pocket and you know what? I'm gonna put 150 on my friend here, and put his arm around
Oh
for him.
shit! All right,
Can you match?
150.
Can you match that?
Wait, no, wait. You realise I'm blind, right? Like, I don't want you to lose your money.
Nah, I trust you.
All right, so he roll a. All right. He says, "All right, so 160 in the pot," and he pulls out some of the gold that you guys gave him, and he slides it across the table.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Go ahead and roll. Are you attempting anything this time, or are you just rolling as is?
I'm just rolling as is.
Okay. All right. He reveals his hand, and he rolled a 16.
Oh.
And I rolled a 9.
No.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it's best 2 out of 3.
Okay.
Oh, it's
Best 2 out of 3.
There's
So
still
you're
one more
both
roll.
at 2.
One more.
You're both at 2. So he's kind of sweating a little bit, but you see like the rush of the game is kind of getting to him, and he's like, "Oh, all right. How about another 150?"
I don't know, mate. I mean, this is pretty high stakes here.
Yeah, it is.
So as of right now, I have not lost any gold because it's best 2 out of 3.
Correct.
Okay. No, we'll just leave it at. I'll just wave my hand like no, like I'll
All right,
just.
You're staying.
Yeah.
All right. How about another 50? Just to round it off. 210 in the pot. Each. Total.
Once
He's throwing words in there.
160's good, Pesci. I have full faith that my friend here will win this round.
All right. Don't want to increase the party. All right. Okay. Last rollies. Here it comes.
And can I roll perception to just kind of watch Pesci and see if he's noticing any foolery?
Sure. You can definitely attempt to perceive. Are you trying to do anything?
I am gonna
Corin?
cast it this time.
Okay, you will cast it.
As I
Okay.
roll.
All right, go ahead and roll me sleight of hand first to see.
And then Logan, Dak's perception was 17 that time.
You guys have gotten matching perception checks
No shit. Oh man.
both times. Yep. So, Corin, what did you get for your sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand, I got an 11. But
Oof.
I'm wondering, can I have Beryl bump something? Try and get his attention? Like, as I'm rolling?
This is tough. Tough. You can certainly try.
Would I be able to do anything similar to what I did in round 1?
I would say with that you had a natural 20 in round 1.
Yeah,
This is
different.
more of you're kind of you
Yeah.
said you were watching Pesci to
Yeah.
see if he was watching. He is watching,
Yeah.
but you don't know how intently or like what will draw his attention or anything like that. So, in this situation, what did you roll? Unless you want to tell me how Beryl affects something or does something, you can tell me what he does.
I'm gonna deal with it as is. I don't want to get too
Okay.
into like the what ifs and whatnot. We'll just continue. I got
Sure,
11.
sure. He sees you roll, and like you're moving your hand still, and it flips over to like a 20. And he looks at the dice. It's just like dead silent, and he looks up at you. You see, like his body is like quivering a tiny bit. You think, oh, he's just old. But then his face starts to get red, and he says, "Ouch! All of you, get out!
Wait, why? What's going on?
I won't
Did
accept.
we
I won't
not
accept
win?
cheaters. I did not accept cheaters. He manipulated that dice. I saw it. You damn magic users, get out! I'll give you your 20 gold and your the other 20 gold back. Here." He takes the other gold and he shoves it towards you, and he takes that 1 gold though that you gave him, and he puts that on top of the pile, and he takes that and puts it back into his pile. That's it. You know, you can take your dogs, take your equipment, but you can't stay here the night. I'm sorry, but I won't have any cheaters staying here with me.
Pesci,
And he throws back your 40 gold, the 20 gold for the room, and another 20 gold for the meals. And he says, "I will not tolerate cheating in my establishment." And he takes all the pot and puts it away, and says, "You get out."
whoa, Pesci. How did he cheat? I saw a 20 and I saw your roll.
Yeah, and he used magic to manipulate his roll, and I saw it.
He used magic? He's blind. How can he use magic? No offense, Corum, but I just don't think Pesci understands your condition here.
Yeah, mate. I'm blind. Sorry.
Just because you're blind doesn't mean you can't use magic. You think that I know nothing? I've been around the world, sons.
Well, how do people typically learn magic?
I don't need to go through all of the nitty-gritty of magic with you. I know that you cheated. I know that you cast magic, and I know that it manipulated your dice.
Seems like a convenient thing to say.
All right. Here's your stuff, and he gets off the stool. He starts picking up the 2 sleds that you purchased, and he brings them over to you, and he hands them to you, and he says, "That's it. Follow me to the back of the kennels, and I'll send you on your way."
I think there's still a big misunderstanding here. I was watching you the whole time, Pesci, and the dice just fell out how they did. But,
I would say you're going to have to roll me persuasion at disadvantage, because it was an obvious thing for him to see, especially with the rolls how they were. So
that's fine. I'll take the chance.
okay.
11.
11. It's not going to happen. He is very determined that you leave the establishment. He will give you what you paid for, but that is the extent of what he's willing to do for you.
Truly regrettable.
Oh, well, we do have camping supplies to make this work, I'm sure.
Yeah. Are we outside now?
Yeah, I would say that you are all kind of ushered out, and you see him get bundled up in some winter clothing, and he makes his way to behind the lodge, and you can see a very large kennel with different dog houses to where you see about 16 of them. And you said you purchased 12 for 2 full.
Yeah, and then the 2 sleds.
Yep. So he gets the dogs ready. He starts harnessing them, and he's very short with you. He does like explain like a few things for you. They need to travel, 1 hour and then take like a rest. It could be like a 15-minute break or something, and then they can keep going. But they need to take a rest, otherwise they can get levels of exhaustion, and you don't want that. You also need to feed them daily. You need to, he teaches you a few command words as to how to steer and how to, stand on the sleds. He's very short with you, obviously, explaining everything. And it's also pretty damn dark out, as it is getting quite late. He explains that, dog maintenance is very important, especially out on the tundra and the Arctic, because without your dogs, you can't move. So they are very important to take care of. He gets you all saddled up. He helps you put your gear on, and you saddled up, and you are ready to go.
Well, thank you, Pesci. Sorry we left on the wrong foot, but
Yeah.
we'll be seeing you around, right?
Well, probably not the way you're going.
Oh, we gotta come back eventually.
Well, you ain't welcome here. Good riddance. And he kind of turns around and heads back to his trading post.
There's got to be more trading posts, right?
Yep. Sorry guys, I tried something.
You
Didn't really work out.
you did actually cheat?
Sort of, yeah. I mean,
Well, you didn't succeed, obviously.
but yeah, we can head out. He's probably not going to be too happy about the gold piece I gave him first time.
What was the gold piece?
What did you do?
Nothing. Just like in an hour from when I gave it to him, it's going to turn back into a pebble.
Transmutation. Oh god.
Just
Oh,
adding
shit, yeah.
insult to injury. Wow.
Like the
Wow.
one he specifically placed on top of the pile.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to turn back into a pebble.
The
As
first
soon as we
one.
leave, I'll end concentration on it.
Okay. You head out onto the tundra, and you have like a little smile on your face at least. Well,
Now, Cor, I
get what you
think
get.
I think I'm gonna like you.
Just a little more tact when we go into another establishment. Would probably be more wise.
I was just trying to get a little extra gold for myself. I didn't really
Yeah.
need that you guys had put any money down. But
Dak
Oh,
lost
yeah,
150 gold.
Yeah.
Probably do that to some random drunkard next time at some busy tavern. Probably a safer bet.
yeah, probably right.
Okay, so you mush your dogs as you get pulled away from the trading post. How far would you guys like to travel for tonight?
Oh. Is it already dark?
Yeah, it is dark. It is kind of
Maybe
cloudy
just the 1 hour that they can go.
Sure. Yeah, you definitely travel for about an hour. The getting is kind of rough at first because you're trying to learn how do I steer properly, and you're using the command words, and it's you start getting the hang of it after about an hour, and then you pull over, and you get all the dogs unhooked from their harnesses, and they're just chilling out by themselves. And what would you guys like to do for the night?
You start setting up camp.
Okay, yeah, you set up camp. What does that look like? Yeah, I'll say, just for brevity's sake, you definitely have enough tents for everybody. It's something that you would have obviously brought. But yeah, it is definitely rough because only one person has the phoenix egg, and that is what is generating normal amount of heat. The closer you are to it, the more warm you're going to feel. So it is definitely like a 1 or 2 tent max, and there's the 5 of you. But I'll say your first night is harrowing because the cold, the high wind that is kind of blowing against your tents. You definitely miss the comfort of that large stove that was in Pesci's trading post. That would have been very nice. But this night is definitely not what you would have wanted. I will have to say,
comfortable.
Oh yeah, is that an ability that he has?
That is due to the transmuter stone he made on the boat.
Oh, you're right. Thank you.
Specifically, cold resistance.
Very nice. So yeah, you notice Korin is just absolutely comfortable. He is just
laid back.
Night, guys.
Just
falls
ready to
I'm
Yeah. The rest of you definitely shivering.
Like snuggle up with Beregar and put my hands in his mane.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
And I'm
Makes
gonna,
sense.
do you think Pesci sells us warmer tents? Maybe. Yeah, he probably wouldn't sell it to us anyway. I thought I was winning him over there at the end, but
Plus 3, 1. Yeah, he's a stubborn fellow.
So the night progresses and it is uncomfortable, but the early light rises and you open up your tents and you see just how much drift of snow encapsulated most of your tents, and some of the sleds are kind of buried. You look around and you kind of freak out because you don't see your dogs.
oh shoot. I'm gonna start to whistle. Come here, doggies. Ups.
Yeah. Sure. You start calling for him, and you wait a beat, and you see a shape kind of like poke its head out of the snow that's kind of drifted over him, and you see it kind of shake its fur, and you see all of the dogs kind of got buried in the snow. But if you know anything about huskies, this is actually quite normal. This is how they actually stay warm during the night, is that they, if they're left out, they kind of bundle up and get warm, and the snow kind of covers them. So they kind of pop out of the snow like daisies and get ready for you to
good.
pick up.
Good boys. Good boys. I'm gonna start to just throw some food on the ground, feed them.
Sure. Yeah, you feed them, and they all come over to you. They're all barking and kind of playing right now, and they very friendly.
I hope we get to keep them after.
Oh, I couldn't see anyone taking them away from us.
You think they'll let us keep them at the guild?
Oh, I wouldn't see why not.
Perfect.
That's a lot of dogs.
Oh, I can give my mom a few, I guess. That'll be good. House wouldn't be so empty. Guard dogs, actually.
So you start harnessing up all the dogs, and you get them all fitted up, and they're ready to go. You break down your tents and put them onto your sleds. You are ready to go, and you continue onward. How far and how long would you like to travel for today?
How long do we have to rest when they run for an hour?
It's about 15 minutes to a half hour, so you could maybe travel. I'll say there's 6 or so hours of daylight.
So we could probably
Also, I'm gonna roll for my portent.
run for like 5 hours, and then use the last hour of combined time of them resting.
So yeah, you guys are moving onward. As you are traveling, the going is kind of monotonous as there's not much of scenery. There are some hills and ice buildup and no walls, basically, but there's not much. Far off in the distance, you do see the mountain range that you are kind of enclosing on. As you are going, Korin, I need you to roll me a perception check advantage.
At advantage?
Yes, sir.
Right. With Beryl or myself?
This would be yourself.
It's an 18.
18. Okay. As you're going, you're kind of are you steering or well, I mean, you could steer. I mean, you have barrel.
I'd say I'd be a passenger.
Okay. As you are kind of like sitting down in the sled, you feel something rumbling.
Hey guys, I'd say there's something moving beneath us.
Again?
Kind of like a rumbling. I'm not sure if it's living or if it's
As soon as you finish that sentence, all of you look as the ice and the ground just erupts in between both of your sled, and you see like scraps of ice and snow just get pushed out of the way as this large, rounded-looking beast just jumps right out of the snow. You notice that it has a smooth, round head that is just massive. It has its large jaw is open, and its mouth is enclosed over the harnesses that are holding 6 dogs on your sled, Cole. So now you all get to roll initiative.
Oh my god!
Jumper!
I would say is it okay if I was driving the sled with Corum?
Sure. And then I would say Green and Stone would be on the other one.
With Beauregard?
Yay! Yeah.
Sense.
And Beauregard's on.
I think
which
you'd
one?
have to be...
Beauregard would be on the
Green.
one with
Corum.
Dad.
Oh, I thought he had to be
Or-
with Green to, like, balance it out, or no?
I think all of your equipment and everything are on that one.
Oh, okay.
And then it's...
Yep.
So, yeah. Okay, so go ahead and roll initiative.
Corun's initiative is 17.
13 for deck.
Okay.
6 for green.
Nat 20 minus 1.
Ooh.
Do you know the enemy?
So the creature just jumped out and attacked your sled. So Stone, you are up first.
All right. How far am I away from this beast?
I would say you guys have been kind of keeping up with each other. You're maybe about 30 or so feet.
Okay. I will, seeing that it is beset my companions, I will hurl my outstretched hand into like a grasping an invisible orb, and I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt and blast it.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a
All right. Where are you? Spell attack. Nope, not that. There we go. Not you. That is an 8 plus 7, 15.
15 does not hit.
God damn it!
Okay, does that end your turn, Stone?
Yeah, yes, that is it. I have no bonus actions, of which are applicable.
Okay, next up, Corin. This thing just took a bite out of the sled that you're just sitting in.
Yeah, I'm going to quickly cast Pass Without a Trace on everyone, including the dogs.
Okay.
Ooh.
And as I'm saying this, Korun will yell out to everyone, "Hi, everyone! Let's try and reconvene over here and try and make a plan before we move forward."
As this creature is attacking.
Yep.
Okay. All right. End your turn.
And then I'm gonna move after I cast that.
Okay.
And yeah, I'll move away as far as I can.
Okay. So you take half of your movement to stand up, and you get about 15 feet away.
Sounds good. And I guess I can't hide as an action. So yeah, I just moved away.
Okay. Next up, Dak.
I like where your head's at, Corum. Looking for a fight. And I'm going to make the Dremebi blade appear in my hand, and then I'm going to kind of point it at it and use Hexblade's Curse as a bonus action on it. And then I'm going to cast Blur on myself, so every attack against me has disadvantage.
Now that's hot.
And then I'll like jump off the sled and just get right up next to it and just look at it and say, "Bring it on." And I'll end my turn.
Next up is enemy. The smooth, rounded creature that, and you kind of notice that it has like this chitinous armor that is covering its head and different plates kind of going down its back. You see its legs still in earth itself, but its front paws with these massive, like, 3 claws that extrude out of its large plated arms. It looks over to you, Dak, who just ran up to it, and it is going to try to kind of maneuver around you. Kind of like pulls itself up out of the ground, and it looks over to the other sled, and it is going to make a full bound leap all the way over to the other sled and just ram itself into green and stone. So it is going to try to... The creature leaps ahead with its powerful hind legs, and it's going to try to land directly on you. Okay, so Stone, I need you to roll me a strength or dexterity saving throw, your choice.
Okay, I will roll the strength one because, yeah. That is an 11. Is it going to tickle me?
As it lands on top of you, its heavy body just crush you with bludgeoning damage. 13 points of slashing damage knocks you down. Yeah, and you are knocked prone.
Yeah, 13, not 130. I would be so dead.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Alright.
you are knocked down prone. Next up, I think that's all it can do. Yep, that's all it's going to do for that turn. Go ahead, Green.
Alright, I'm going to cast Mind Spike. So it has to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom. Okay. Surprisingly, it rolled an 18.
Fuck that. Alright,
That bitch wise.
D8. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Is that all you wanted to do on your turn?
Yeah, it takes 11 damage. That
Okay.
I already had it. So.
Okay.
That's
Psychic damage.
Okay, psychic. Very good. Okay. All right, next up, top of the round, Professor Stone.
Oh, hell yeah. Alright, so, this thing is it like on top of me?
Yes, it is like
Oh.
on top of you, on your space.
Okay, I'm going to sort of shift my my right forearm into what might resemble like a longsword, and cast Searing Smite on my sword arm,
Damn.
and at first level, and I'm going to try to ram the blade into its carapace.
Okay. Go ahead and try to roll an attack.
So that is going to be 16.
That does not hit, unfortunately.
What the fuck?
I don't know what that was.
That was dismay and sadness.
No, I'd be making the same noise. I am glad I...
Alright,
Okay.
that.
Is that end of your turn, Stone?
Yep, can I, as a free action, just cry?
Yep, that is a free action. All right,
Okay.
Korin.
I will not do that because I can't.
Right. Would you say when it burst up through, there's some rock around?
Oh, absolutely. Like there is some
Cool.
frozen rock.
Sweet. I'm going to be casting Catapult at 3rd level.
Very nice.
Yes.
I'm gonna hurl some rocks
Oh, put some dirt in
Do
your
it.
eye.
directly at it. Need a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That was 8.
So yeah, it does not pass. So it's gonna take 5d8 bludgeoning damage.
5d8. Damn. All right.
Total of 30 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Excellent. Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay. So you launch multiple pieces of bludgeon right into the side of this chitinous creature. Go ahead, Dak.
That's what I'm talking about, Corum. And I'm gonna use my. How far away is this beast now?
It's the 30 feet.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna move all my movement to get up to it, and I'm going to take with my Dramevi blade with 2 hands and slash at it twice.
Okay. Go ahead and roll attacks.
Double 22s on both attacks.
Yep, that'll definitely hit.
All right. The first one, though, is 10 damage, and the second one, oh my gosh, that was insane.
Yeah.
10 damage. I've rolled the same d20s and the same d10s. So 20 total damage.
Excellent. Okay, yeah, you guys have definitely done quite a bit of damage to this creature already. Okay, end your turn.
Yes.
Okay, you slash back and forth with your Dramevi blade as this dark shadow sort of erupts out of this creature each time you hit it. Next up is this creature. It kind of turns around and it kind of realizes I'm getting surrounded. It is going to kind of jump off of the sled where it kind of collapsed onto stone, and you see it begin to burrow. Stone and Dak, go ahead and give me an opportunity attack if you wish as it starts to dig away.
Yeah, that's right. F this guy up.
17 to hit.
17 to hit, that hits.
That hits.
Oh,
And 10
God.
10 damage on that.
Very nice. And you've been adding Hexblade, right?
Yep.
Okay, just
I've
making
rolled
sure.
all 3s on my d10.
Nice.
That's gonna be a nice white hot 19.
19 to hit, very nice.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you. Found it.
Mace, where do you D8? No, not a mace, a sword. Yeah, D8. So that will be 7 pierce, slashing, and then it has to make a Constitution save for my my smite.
Okay.
That'd be
Natural
a
one.
15. Ah, yeah, get fucked. So that is 6 points of fire damage from the searing smite.
Dang, yeah, you guys are just ripping this thing apart. Okay. Yeah, so it is like scurrying as fast as it can to just get away from all this damage. It just thought, oh, hey, I sense movement. I'm going to take a bite out of it. Holy shit. Ow, 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 ow. Get out, get out. So it is...
It's also on
trying
fire.
Oh, shit. All right, cool.
Yeah, at the start of
Yep,
its
it
turn, it
is.
has to make a con save.
Oh my gosh. All right, so it is digging through the ice and it reaches the earth and it starts to dig even deeper and deeper. It just leaves a pretty large hole where it was, and dirt just gets like thrown up at you as large claws just sort of dig its way down. Next up, Green. What would you like to do?
What's this running away? Can I even see it in the hole? or
No,
anything?
it is deep underground right now.
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm just not gonna do anything, I guess. Ready my action in case it comes up, I guess.
Okay, you ready in action. What would your action like to be? Would it be like to cast a spell or?
It would be a spell cast attack.
Okay. What spell would you like to ready?
I'll just say Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Nice,
Okay.
cantrip. Yep.
So yeah, you ready your turn, and I will just say, combat's over. This thing is not coming back, especially not anytime soon. So, all right. So you kind of look around, and you're like, okay, these sleds are not in good condition. They got messed up pretty bad. The one that it landed on completely, like the back half of it is just splinters. The front of the other sled is definitely kind of mangled. You could possibly get them back and up and running, but it would take a little bit of time to repair. Do any of you have the cantrip mending?
I have mending.
Nice.
You do.
Thank God.
Excellent. That will definitely save your butts. So you spend probably the next hour just sort of fixing and putting back pieces of wood piece by piece, and eventually you do get your sleds back up and running. The dogs, a couple of them were kind of hit by that first impact, but they weren't, hurt enough to make a difference. But yeah, you get back on your sleds and you start heading off again.
Would you say this hour could be used as a short rest or no?
Absolutely.
Sweet.
Is everyone okay?
Yeah, I think everybody's fine except for Stone, who received minimum damage, really.
Yeah. It sucks to be him.
So, as you guys are continuing onward, and you get maybe 3/4 of the way there, you're thinking, it does start to get dark again. Would you like to press onward and get to your final destination, or would you like to camp out again?
I think camping to avoid exhaustion for us and the puppers.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, like, the dogs are rested enough that they can keep going. They're rested. It's just whether or not you want to travel at night or not.
Probably not. I'd say we need our visibility.
Right.
So what would you like to do?
Camping?
Dak's gonna kind of look around and see if he can find a good spot to maybe shield us more from like the wind, if there is any sort of spot like that.
Go ahead and roll me survival.
Survival, nice. 14.
14. You can't. There's not really much that you can do. With how flat it is, and you're not too far away from the mountain range. You're thinking maybe a couple more hours and you'll be there.
Well, I don't see anywhere that would block the wind, but we're probably a couple hours. But if you guys want to rest, we can rest. But it's going to be another cold night for me and Green.
I'll try to stay up as long as I can, because I just need to be inactive for 6 hours for a long rest. But I'm going to try to, while I'm awake, just tend to the fire.
Sure. Sure.
And use Sacred Flame to just try to kind of make sure the fire is stoked and throwing out that hotness.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, so you kind of keep watch as the rest of your team, they set up their tents and get ready for another night. As you're outside and you're stoking the fire, you look up, and it's a much more clear sky, and you see the familiar stars once again, and it kind of saddens you a little bit to look up at the stars this time, since the last time that you really stargazed was when you were on the island.
Yep.
And as you were thinking this, you see almost like a flash of light in the sky. It kind of starts to turn into a wave, and you see this beautiful tapestry of color start to form in the night sky. And you see a beautiful borealis just form above your heads. It is a phenomenal sight as it just stretches from one side of the sky to the other in just layers upon layers of greens and purples and blues. It is truly a sight to behold.
Are we all seeing this?
I would say the only person that is seeing this right now is Stone.
Gotcha.
Everyone just kind of takes it in. Just kind of content with the quiet and the calm.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me a perception check for me.
That's going to be a 9.
9. Okay. It's been about an hour or so since everyone else went to sleep, and you're looking up at the night sky and you're enjoying it. All of a sudden, below you, the earth gives way as two large jaws
Damn tremors.
clamp around you. I'm going to roll an attack on you at advantage as it was a surprise attack. That is a 23 to hit.
Yep.
And you take... Sorry, one moment. It's a lot of dice.
Worst thing player wants to hear.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You take 29 points of piercing damage as the jaws clamp over your legs as you are kind of huddled near this fire.
Ow.
Counters.
This large creature kind of erupts out of the earth, breaking apart this campfire that you've been building. Go ahead and roll initiative.
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody or just him?
This is just going to be him, and then we will. I guess everybody roll me a perception check right now. Korin, you at advantage.
19 minus 1 is 18.
18. Okay.
15 perception for Dak.
15 perception. Okay.
Oren had 19 perception.
Okay.
13 perception for green.
All right. I will say anybody who rolled above a 15, you are now awake, but you're in your tent.
Above
You hear-
or tied with?
Tied or above.
Okay, cool.
Yep. Okay. So right now, those who are awake, go ahead and roll initiative.
Oren's a little sleepy still.
16.
All right. Top of the round, Professor Stone.
I'm going to, so is it like holding me?
Nope. Like clamped down on your legs and just kind of rose up out of the ground and just shook you a little bit and let go.
Okay. I will draw my hands together and clasp them in front of me, and I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
Yes.
So I will. They will appear. I'm going to have these spirits that I'm called forth appear as my the images that I have from the island of the Elven creators.
Oh.
So
That's
kind of be
really
like the
cool.
astral aspect instead of like actually from memory, since Stone doesn't remember them.
Yeah.
So I will designate any allies that I can see to be unaffected. But an affected creature's speed is halved in the area, and when the creature enters the area for the first time on its turn or starts its turn there, it must make a wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d8 radiant damage. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage.
Very nice. Excellent. Okay. End your turn.
And it's considered rough terrain for it as well.
Perfect. Okay.
And that
Is that
will, since it's going to get an opportunity attack if I try to run. So I will stand my ground.
Okay. Dak, your turn.
Kind of wake up and hear this noise outside. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to, as a free action, can I kind of shake Green awake?
Yes, you can. Green, go ahead and roll initiative.
Green,
What?
wake up! I think your brother's in trouble. And then I'm just going to get out of the tent, and I guess I see...
Yep, it's gonna take your action to open the tent and get out fully, especially getting up from sleep and getting up from prone.
Okay. So all I would have is a bonus action?
Yes, I would say so.
All right. As soon as I step out of the tent, I see this creature. I'm gonna say, well, Looks like we're at it again, and I'm gonna take out the Dremevi Blade and Hexblade's Curse on this creature, and just use whatever movement I can to get as close as I can to it.
Okay. All right. Yep. You would say maybe about 15 feet closer to it. It's maybe about 20 feet away, so you're about 5 feet away from getting closer.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. End your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Green, what was your initiative?
21.
21. Whew. Okay. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to act this round,
That makes
but
sense.
you will be at the top.
Yep.
Okay. Now it's the enemy's turn. So this large creature kind of turns towards you, Stone, kind of like shaking itself off of all the dirt and grime, and it is going to try to take another bite out of you.
Yeah, let's take its wisdom save.
Oh, yes, you're right. Okay, wisdom save. That was a natural 6. Not very wise. So go ahead and roll damage.
All right, so that'll be 3d8 radiant damage. All right, so that is 18 points of radiant damage.
Excellent.
As the elven spirits just draw their ephemeral blades and start stabbing them into its hide.
This creature is going to lunge out at you and try to bite you with its massive jaws. That is a natural 16 for a 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, 23, excuse me. So you take 31 points of piercing damage as it clamps down on you again. This very, very powerful jaw. It's a large creature.
Oh, I am asleep.
So you're unconscious?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Dak, you see Stone fall unconscious.
We're gonna need help out here.
Next up, Corin.
Yeah, I'll use my action to get up out of the tent, and then I'll.
That would also lose concentration on that spiritual guardian spell, and that would fade.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So go ahead, Corin. You get out of the tent.
Yeah, get out of the tent and command Beryl to fly up to give me a better point of view.
Okay. Yep. Beryl starts taking off. All right. Top of the round, Green. You just woke up. And what would you like to do?
Rush out and I have to cast Mage Armor probably. I will cast Mage Armor and exit
Yep, the tent is already open, so it won't
Okay.
require you to actually use your action to get out. So you use your action to cast Mage Armor, and you run outside and see your brother Stone is lying unconscious in the snow.
Yeah, since I can't cast anything else, I'll just get ready to attack with my next action.
Okay. So Stone, you're going to have to roll me a death saving throw, please.
Aw, that's 17.
Woo!
17. Okay, one success. Excellent. All right.
Oh,
next
yeah.
up, Dak.
I'm going to cast.
You're about 5 feet away from this creature.
Okay. I'm going to cast Blink on myself. Actually, I'm going to change that. I'm going to cast Blur again, and then I'm going to close the gap on the 5 feet. I'm going to yell back, "Help your brother, Green! I'll hold him off!" And just get in like a defensive stance.
End your turn?
Yep, so now attacks have disadvantage against me.
Okay. So this creature watches you kind of run towards it, and it goes as it just opens up its mouth and just roars at your face, and it is going to try to take a bite out of you at disadvantage.
Yep, as my body kind of is shifting, it looks almost like I'm there, but not there at the same time.
15 for the first one and 13 for the other one.
Both miss.
Okay, very nice.
Yeah.
All right, and that ends its turn. Corin.
We'll go out, look around, and see this thing. How far away am I?
I would say that you're about 20 or so feet away.
All right, I'm going to cast Earth and Grasp.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a compacted sand hand comes out of the ground and grabs onto the creature. I need to make a strength saving throw.
That's a 15.
Yeah, that passes.
Does it receive any damage or anything like that?
Nope, nothing happens.
No. Okay. All right. So you see a giant hand form out of ice and rock and sand and all this earthly material, and it goes to reach for it, but it just breaks through with all of its strength. You kind of notice that this creature has a lot of strength in all of its legs. Does that end your turn then?
Yeah, and the hand is still there. It just didn't
Sure.
fully grab onto it.
Yep. Top of the round, green.
I will run the stone to resuscitate him.
Okay. You run over to him. How would you like to resuscitate?
I could use a healing potion, right?
Do you have a healing potion?
Yes, I have 2.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. I believe it is 2d4 plus 2.
Plus 2. 2 plus 3, 5, so 7.
All right. So Stone, you come back to life with 7 HP.
Oh,
Are you up?
that was. Yes, I'm here, but that was awful.
Oh, well, it's not over yet.
Oh,
Okay. Professor Stone, you are up.
all right.
The creature
Boys
is
about
right
to be
on
taught
you.
a lesson. Still, god dang. I will. So it's right up in my business.
Mm-hmm.
Ranged spells would be at disadvantage then.
Correct.
Dumb. But them's the rules. I will cast at third level. Third level. Spiritual weapon. Yeah, that would make sense. That was right. I will cast spiritual weapon at third level.
What does that look like?
So Stone on the ground, just sort of reaches up and clasps his fist, conjuring a massive battle hammer, and with one hand as he conjures it, he's going to wrench his other hand down and bring it down on top of this thing's head. Hopefully. So that is just 18 plus 7. That's a 25.
That definitely hits.
It's about to get bonked. So it's 1d8 plus 4 force damage. So that is 10 points of force damage. It's just wrenching this massive spectral blade or hammer onto its skull.
All right, end your turn.
That will do.
Okay, Dak, you're up.
All right, I'm going to, with 2 hands, just swing the Dramevi blade against this creature twice. 18 and a 17.
Both hit.
Both hit. The first one is going to be 11 damage,
Okay.
and the second one is going to be 9 damage, so 20 total.
So on its turn, it is going to try to turn around and burrow back into the ground. So go ahead and roll me opportunity attacks if you want to use them, Dak and Stone.
Does my hand get one?
Yeah, it would.
Cool. Hand's gonna try and grab it again.
It's a strength saving throw.
Yep.
That's a 15 again.
Dang it.
15 to hit for Dak's opportunity attack.
And that does not hit.
Mine's a sassy little 7 or level 11.
Oh, none of those attacks hit.
Damn.
Okay. So it begins to burrow back into the earth. It is deep underground again. Next in line, Corin.
How far down has it burrowed, would you say?
It's hard to tell. You can try to roll perception.
Alright, I'll roll perception.
Same monster from the fucking sleds.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering.
It certainly looked like it. It is
Okay.
definitely similar.
Okay, I was gonna say that thing's been on fire.
That's a 18 with barrel sight on perception.
But I think he said it was the same species, not the same one.
Okay, so 18 with 18, you're able to tell this thing has maybe about feet down.
Broke up how many feet?
80.
80.
It could burrow faster than we can run?
Yes.
Wow. I guess it probably already had a tunnel made too.
I am not going to act. I'll just share that information. Yeah, it's burrowed down pretty far, everyone. I don't think that thing's gonna be coming back again soon, but I wouldn't count on it not coming back again.
Next time we're flying, I don't care how. If we have to get catapulted across the plains, we will.
We'll next time we set up camp, I've got a bit safer way to do so next time, so we should be better off.
How much sleep did we even get?
That was maybe about. It was only about an hour.
All right. Do we want to set up camp here, or do we want to move a bit?
I say we keep camping here, but I'll take first watch and make sure it doesn't come back.
All right, sounds good.
You take the first watch. Do you all want to watch, or how do you want to?
I will watch second watch, like along with Stone. Stone's still probably watching.
I'm gonna make some adjustments to my spellbook.
Okay.
I need to
sounds
take
good.
sleep, considering I just got annihilated.
Yeah.
You all take a full rest, and the next morning you wake up, get all of your gear together, and you head out towards the Arem Mountains. After about 3 or 4 hours of travel, you see black smoke rising off of the horizon. As you get closer, you see the vast mountain range before you, and you also see the base camp that was mentioned in your report. And that is where we're going to leave tonight's episode. Thank you so much for listening to Expedition D20. If you're enjoying the podcast, please leave a rating and review on the listening platform you are using. Please consider sharing this podcast with your friends or anyone you think would enjoy it. We look forward to seeing you at the next episode. And as always, thanks for joining the expedition.